greetings. This is Sananda. The full moon in Aries, October 16, 2016 marks the end of duality and the rising of new Earth. Nibiru entered the solar system of Earth last spring and is aligning with Earth's orbit. This has caused some disturbances, an earthquake in Italy and 4 hurricanes close together. This is not about destruction, it simply is a result of the 2 planets being in such close proximity at this time. Nibiru, the planet of the crossing, is able to affect Earth in very positive ways by being this close. Tonight, in the effulgence of the full moon which doubles the light pouring onto the skin of Earth, the sun within Nibiru, a plasma energy, is pulsing its light to the blue sun within inner Earth called Terra. This is raising new Earth into the 7th dimension as old Earth of duality fades away. The light codes contained in the plasma energy are what encode the DNA of all life on Earth. What does it mean to end duality? Karma is over. Free will choice is over. What does that mean? Free will refers to choosing to be of the dark or the light. On New Earth there is only light. It is merged with oneness consciousness. One with all that is, the cosmos. Cosmic ascension. When we began the grand experiment there was a division of the angels between those who never fell, Elohi, and those who fell, Elohim. The Elohim very much wanted to be soul carriers like the humans. They wanted a physical form so they could experience form. They wanted to master form as gods. Only humans have souls as part of their 5-body makeup. Angels are above experiencing duality. Their formless selves carried great gifts, more than what humans were allowed. Humans are able to reach oneness through their 12 strands of DNA. They are able to have emotions and are able to love. The path back to oneness is difficult and fraught with challenges, although all humans are able to ascend by mastering love. The fallen angels were part of an experiment which made a construct where they could carry a soul and be on the wheel of life and death. It involved removing the 11th strand of DNA which is connected to emotions and the 12th strand of DNA which is the ability to love. Because the fallen angels, of which Donald Trump is one, an archon, and Hillary is a 50-foot dragon, which is another form of fallen angel, they are able to commit atrocities due to the fact that they are unable to love. It is these few on Earth who continue to keep war alive while the humans work hard at bringing peace to the planet. This has been accomplished on Earth in the causal realm, and Nibiru's plasma sun is amping up Earth's plasma sun, and rewriting the DNA within all living things upon and within her. She is risen to 7D reality. As the coming days pass, there will come a time where the madness will end because of arrests and removal of the fallen angel factions on and in Earth. Disclosure and the enactment of Nisara law bring divine government to Earth. This is a requirement in the cosmos to have a planet existing in peace. Earth's ascension affects absolutely everything in the solar system as well as in the galaxy. Earth will then become the 33rd member in the intergalactic confederation of worlds. When the fallen angel construct was made in the grand experiment, it cut them off from the unity of oneness, and this made a strong survival instinct. That is why it appears all of life on Earth in this last few days centers around survival, including mass migration of cultures who are being bombed out of existence. With karma ending, these ongoing world wars had thus wrapped up the ego mind and the conflicts associated with the will to survive. Everyone gets it now. Wars are brought on and controlled by the few trying to control the many. The few being the fallen angels and their very powerful group mind, called hive mind, who have overcompensated their fear of extinction. It is this fear that has them venturing out in space to continue war there. Why is there war in space? The recent developments of leaks of emails brought an email between American astronaut Edgar Mitchell and the president's advisor, John Podesta, about war in space. This has allowed those just awakening to their own ascension to grasp what is a rude awakening. It is not about conflicts extending from Earth into space, but rather space conflicts being brought to Earth. The Department of Defense has control of NASA and space is militarized. Satellites and the CIA and NSA rule space defense. This is why it is necessary to have disclosure by the government and military of the United States before bringing divine government to Earth. There cannot be Nisara without first having peace and disclosure. War in space goes back thousands of years and has not ended since the angels who fell began the control of DNA with abductions, experiments and underground bases to carry out their experiments on the vast life forms of Earth, including humans. Cloning is a thousands of years old extraterrestrial technology, as are solid holograms of which the planes flying into the towers on 9/11 are an example. The few who are fallen angels, Cheney, another reptilian in his shape-shifted form, had his hands on such technology and controlled it from the White House that day. The president was reading My Pet Goat at the time for appearance's sake. There are many behind-the-scenes stories which will be a shock to discover as the fallen angels' stories are told. Ending karma, ending duality. The angels who never fell have often come to Earth as descendant souls to observe and guide the humans within the drama of illusion. The angels that enter the system of duality lost their memory of their angelic natures and became more interested in operating as a single collective than as individuals. These are the ones who you see today as bankers, hedge fund managers, generals and admirals, royalty, Wall Street barons, the top 1% working in collusion to continue space war, Earth war and willing to do any evil act to keep the illusion in place. These ones are simply androids with no soul. Their construct is artificial intelligence. They are soulless rapists and murderers and sometimes run for President of the United States. They are in the process for the last 60 years of being rounded up and removed from planet Earth. Disclosure makes mass arrests possible through revealing the truth to the electorate and making accountability necessary. Disclosure is about revealing we must remove the artificial intelligence construct from the populace in order to have peace on Earth, and they are simply powered off. The mass psychological attack of no choice for president is not necessary because it is all an illusion. They are not real humans. They are sputtering their last before being powered down. Only by removing all AI from Earth can we end the karma made by their warring and slaving of the population. New Earth is born today. The mass arrests and trials will be for the evolution for all on Earth to heal from the atrocities which impacted our soul growth through many incarnations of existence. Alchemy and war reparations. The ongoing wars will end. There will be peace on Earth and those who have been preparing for divine government take the stage. There is much talk about how Bill Clinton was expected to be the disclosure president in the 1990s and that did not work out. He is a Rockefeller and so is Mark Zuckerberg. The Facebook CEO funded the satellite on the Elon Musk rocket which never took off thanks to benevolent extraterrestrials who destroyed the payload. No lives were lost. It was not nuclear space war weapons in the payload. It was laser technology made by the black-budget secret space program which are more effective than nukes. Those extraterrestrials working for peace in space, as Dr. Mitchell told John Podesta, have technology far advanced of what our Earth technology has produced. Still, those lasers are powerful enough to cause a great deal of damage. Saint Germain is standing by with the Chinese gold he stole from the Philippines and from Peru, and the gold he stole from Libya, to pay war reparations to all on Earth for the loss of property and loss of life, caused by collusion between government and banks and endless war. Think Hitler, the Prescott Bushs, J.P. Morgan Chase, the Bankers Manifesto, and the Fourth Reich, which includes Clinton, Merkel, Netanyahu, Kerry, McCain, Trump, Emmanuel, Biden, and many others. In order to have the mass arrests, the economy will collapse on one day, and the next day, the new system will begin. Everyone will receive their due and there will be no disruption of life. This has been the master plan a very long time, and everything you can think of has been accounted for. Some will be surprised and perhaps afraid, but that will not last long once they grasp how wonderful life has just become. We promise no soul would be left behind, and no one would be hurt in this process. Saint Germain has been a major part of this process. These invading forces of occupiers that are not human are intergalactic war criminals. Disclosure is about liberating humanity from the artificial ones who look human, and returning to them a peaceful planet. The fallen angels came to this planet and they are the lizards, the original dragons from Draco's constellation that can control Earth, and their ultimate objective was to exterminate humanity and usurp not only Earth resources, but also 30 or more surrounding planets as well. Saint Germain is a descendant soul who has never died. He has been in charge of the master plan with others like him for thousands of years. He was the alchemy master in King Arthur's court, Merlin. He was Maya, the financial seer in Akhenaten's 18th dynasty Egypt. He was Joseph of Galilee, Jesus' father. He has been a watcher and one who guides preparing for the time when New Earth would be born and the grand experiment ended. He has cancelled all so-called programs. There is no such thing as Gesara, Dinar, Dong, Zimbabwe's. There are no money programs. There is no St. Germain's Trust and no People's Trust. There is only Nasara, and it cannot be enacted until we have disclosure and arrests. As humanity's DNA upgrades continue, they travel higher in the dimensions on Earth. Without DNA to connect themselves to the unified field, to oneness, the fallen angels cannot make it work anymore. That is why you saw Hillary Clinton stumble on 9/11. It was her ET technology which was failing her. The reason the media is ruled by only a few, is because when the lies are repeated all day long from many TV stations and newspapers and blogs, then a critical mass is achieved and the lie is accepted by the masses as truth. When lightworkers post alternative news and the truth on their timelines and in their groups, it balances that problem and helps with the awakening. Critical mass happens within humanity for good and everything changes. Be prepared to see things happen quickly when the unfoldment begins. It will become worse before it gets better, prepare for that too. Not a fake alien invasion. Not so-called World War III, but mind-bending lies and the realization that neither of these candidates is fit to be president. Expect the unexpected. Pay attention. See it all with new eyes. You are above this world, not of this world. Those you had considered leaders do not even belong inside the human family. Detach from the lies. Free your mind. Everything else will follow. Peace.
Ask Sananda your questions over the phone or Skype. You can book a private session with Elizabeth. If you are interested, the link is down in the description box.